Oh yeah.
I had to pick this song out, man. I heard it the other day. I was like, "Man, who's this?
Oh
You heard
yeah.
this before?"
Oh, I've heard this before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I like this one.
I actually do.
Yeah.
Check
What
it
you
out,
like about it?
bro. You got the hook, the flow you come in. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crazy part about it is that this hook was already made. I
Oh
didn't know
yeah.
nothing about it.
Who made it?
Uh, his name is Eric Matthews.
On the way.
Yeah. And Swift Holiday. Shout out to Swift Holiday. He's the
Uh,
one that get down on the beat.
and we'll have Swift drop in on a FaceTime phone call here in a little while.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
So
this was pretty dope because I was talking about some real shit that I believe that everybody's gone through.
yeah, I like it. I
Yeah.
heard it and I was like, "Damn, when did he do this? How old is the song?
I'd say about 4 years, about
Four
4 or 5 years.
years?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, about there. That was my first album, Gorilla J Moods, Volume One, and
Okay.
yeah, it was. I think it's the third or fourth song, I believe. You
I
know,
like it.
but yeah, man, it's one of the things that you can just kick back, chill, smoke a blunt to, or just be in your car, just mobbing it. Try and think about things or whatever that you're going through.
Hell yeah, I
So,
like it. All
all
right, let
right.
me pause it. Let's get going. So, welcome to Sneaks View. It's been a while. Been kind of busy doing some car things, and most of all, backing up Price Solo.
He's not gonna let me let that down, y'all. If y'all
Pri-
follow us, you'll see. You'll know.
You'll see.
Yep.
So, Price Solo's the camera guy. Put some of his music on the background here so you guys can check it out. He's on every social media platform, music. How about you? You in the same? You Apple Music, Spotify as well?
Yes, sir. I'm on every music platform. Everything that you had mentioned, I'm on. You just type in, like I said, Gorilla J. And the thing about people saying that they can't find me is it's G.O. Those periods, but there's no period after the A. So it's Gorilla J.A.Y. Moods, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And you can type that into Pandora, Amazon, Apple, um, any music that you listen to, wherever you listen to music to, you could type that in and I'll pop up.
Perfect. I will be honest. I remember when I first went to look for your music, I couldn't find it either. And then I had Swift was like, "You need to put the points in between each letter."
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, all this music drops. I was like, "Hold on, there it
Yeah,
is."
there it is. There it is. And that's what I was trying to explain right there to it. Sneaks just said is that, you got to put the periods in between the G.O.R.I.L.L.A, but there's no period after the A. Gorilla J, Moods, Volume 1 and Volume 2. But the song that he just liked is called Just Me, and that's on Volume 1.
Perfect. So, first question: how and when did music start for you?
How, when it started for me, I would say it started as a child because my grandma, she had us really into church. So I was brought into the church, gospel baptism or Baptist church, you know, um, and I always loved the way that the choir would just move the people, and I believe that I was like, man, that's something powerful, magical right there, So my grandma would always play oldies, East Side Story, a lot of them oldies. And a lot of what I grew up on was like Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, just them old school oldies doo wop. So I started off actually singing,
Mm.
and so I was in middle school because I was trying to get into um,
Choir.
no, not choir. It was I had to got into choir because I couldn't get into a band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nigga want to play the drums, ba, 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 you know what I mean? So I was always getting in trouble because I'm just always, doing that. So I was like, man, my mom was like, might as well just try to get him into like band or something. So I guess I missed the deadline. So I had to just go for choir, which I thought was, you know, fucking gay at the time. I was like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? But it was the best choice that I ever made because I got to learn how to be able to use my voice. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay.
And I got to find out that what kind of tone I was because there's different tones. There's a baritone, there's a soprano, there's a bass and all that. So I'm a baritone, which is a bass and kind of like a almost like a soprano, almost kind of if I'm correct, I can't remember right, but it's to the that's how you get that smoothness, that smoky talk, that how the way that I talk. So
That Scarface, right?
Hey,
That
there you go. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, forget about it.
I
That's Al
forget about
Pacino.
it.
That's Al Pacino right
Ugh.
there. So hey, but as it all started, like I said, I was maybe I guess 13 when my grandma started really pushing me towards it because she could hear that I got that tone. You know what I mean? And so she would always hook me up with all her little cassettes that she had. And because my grandma at the time, she was disabled because she was, had all these medical problems and everything. So she would have me come to her bedside, and I would get her little boombox right there. And it was one of them ones like them ones from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Big old speakers with the cassette deck. And she would have me right there practice with her. And I would get upset sometimes because I'm like, man, I can't get it, or I just would want to try to give up. And she would tell me straight out, she's like, well, how do you think Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, and all them did it? You think they just did it overnight? They practice and practice and practice. You know what I mean? And that's what she pushed on me. And it was like I said, from like about 13 years old, and then my mom, she's here with my cousin from California. So
And your dog.
and her dog, not mine. My babies are at home getting taken care of. Um, but at that time, my mom too, because I was really poetic at the same time too. I would always, have these, I've always been like that, always wanting to express myself. And with music, my mom would always break down music for us. Like we would hear a song, and we would ask her right away, "Hey, mom, what were they trying to say in that? What was she meaning?" Because my mom, she has her master's in psychology, and so it's like she's always about the mind, So we want to know, well, what were they trying to say? What were they trying to express? So at that time, she would let us know that, oh, it was like this is what they were feeling, and that's how you get your emotions in the music that we do.
All right, we're back. A little bit of technical difficulties, but with the weather outside, it is what it is. But so, Gorilla, I'm gonna ask you real quick, man. When did you first see lowriders, and what was your introduction to them?
When did I first see lowriders? I would want to say back in 1994. They came right here down to the Sun Dome right here in Yakima, and man, I remember going to that show and then seeing all these beautiful cars. I was just like, what the hell, man? They have like all these crazy colors, and these sparkling rims, because I was still young. I didn't really know what it was, but I know that I would see not those kind of lowriders, but I'd see cars that were in the process of being a lowrider around from where I'm at, And so my stepdad had a 1970 Monte Carlo. So
Training day.
yeah, no, 1970.
Oh, 70.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yeah. So when I turned 16, uh, that was my birthday gift. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hooked it up. I remember because after that, that's what I'm saying is I got introduced back then. So start when I started like learning about cars, I started asking my stepdad, well, hey, this is one of them kind of lowrider cars. It could be either a muscle car or a lowrider, either way, or it could be a muscle lowrider car, So uh, that's one thing that he was in on and everything, and trying to show me how to keep the cars clean and uh, because it just stopped at that 70. After that 70, because I got a story about that. I lost that car, but I had a 76 Chevy Cheyenne pickup lifted without the side step, and so I mean it was, I had my deal of cars and everything. I always try to keep up on them, but with the lowriders, like you had asked, mentioned earlier, is I started going around the Sun Dome and seeing all these cars, and then fucking bomb ass girls right there standing next to them, fucking nalgas hanging out. Yeah,
He said nalgas.
heck yeah, bro. Sheesh, that's what I'm saying. Young cat at that time, you're like, hey man, you know what? This is what it takes supposedly to get girls around you. You know what I mean? A nice car and fucking dress nice, or whatever. That's what I'm gonna do.
All
But
right.
yeah, that was back in like I said, I think it was 94, 95, and then I think the Lowrider magazine they had come down to Wapato as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, to the Lions Park right there in Wapato. So they have if
I think
you
I remember
go
that.
yeah, if you go check it out, I think it's the Lowrider magazine. Type that in Wapato Park, Lions Park, uh, something festival. You'll see that. Shout out to Johnny Rodriguez. He had a 1970 Monte Carlo as well, and his was candy apple red. And his was in the show too. So, and it made it to that magazine. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. To have inspiration like that around you.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Out there in Wapato.
Yes, sir.
It was a 70. You're right.
Yeah.
Actually, the front chrome pieces on my money, I bought off of him
Hey, there you
because
go.
he had a made for 71, but he thought the 71 in the 70s would work, but they don't. They have a different headlight.
They do.
Yeah, so they didn't. It wouldn't match up.
Yeah. You
So he
mean,
was like, I have them in the garage if you want them. So worked out a deal, and those are what I'm running on the front piece on the my 71.
hey, there you
That's
go.
crazy. Small world.
Small world. Yes, sir. That's crazy. Yeah.
Um, so I've seen a couple of your videos here and there, right? So I see some low riders, some not. So do you combine all that? Because Sneaks View, I do a lot of low riders. That's kind of what I do with the music and low rider scene. And I saw that in your video. So I mean, does that play a crucial part to connect to your music?
Yeah, because like I said, I grew up, in the hood. I had my own 70 Monte Carlo, and I had it for a good while, and then I also did have one like training day as well too. I think that's a 78. And I just like, I grew up around that, my homies, they had Monties and, my homeboy Fidel, who's in some of my first videos as well. He has a lot of old school cars as well. I think I have a video out that's called, it was the preview to Romeo Blunt. There's a 36 Chevy pickup in that. And that's
The black one.
the black one. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's where you and Swift are rolling up, right?
Yes. Me and Swift are up in that one. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is it's always been a part of me. I got a lot of friends, that, I wish I knew all the car clubs names because I know a lot of car clubs,
Wow.
so I'm going to have to write that down. That's a bad on me, but uh, shout out to all of them because if, they're going to be watching later, or now, they know what I'm talking about because it's always been a big factor in my life in the sense that, if I can make a phone call right now, I'd be like, hey, bro, I'm going to do a music video or, hey, man, I'm going to do a commercial or something, anything, uh, all it is just a phone call,
Perfect. So my next question is, like everyone does music or low riding or it's a hobby, right?
I
I
believe it's a
feel
lifestyle.
it's or lifestyle, perfect, right?
Yeah.
So my thought process is like Price Solo and you guys decided to pursue it, right?
Right.
Make it a career or profession. So when was the moment for you when you decided I'm gonna step it up, I'm gonna go all in?
It would have to be about maybe because I've been going hard for about 15 years now. Just going straight hard for it because it's always been a part of me, but I never had really a chance back then. I was with the group. It was them Gorilla Boys, and shout out to the group members. We may have our differences, but it's nothing that we can't just roll a blunt to and get over. But at that point, we had split up. At first it was just the understanding that we're all just going to do our solo thing, to be able to be just solo independent artists, because we already had the taste of what it is to be out there, putting on shows, different stages, sharing, the stage with other artists, and we were going hard at one point right there in Wapato, man, at the it's called Los Lobos, now it's Los Palmas, but we'd always sell out that little venue right there, and man, you see a lot of people just going up Little Wapato, you know what I mean? And if anybody knows Wapato, it's a little town, it's small guy, you know what I mean? But it holds a big punch, you know what I mean? So we'd always do shows right there, and that was back in 2000, dang, uh, what, 16, 17 around there. I got on with Leon Thompson, and he started just promoting shows because I did shows out here before the Off the Record closed up. But I've been on tours with Spice One. It was the Black Tour out in Bellevue or out that way somewhere, and so I've shared the stage, and did some things, and that's what I'm saying. That's when I started like really taking it serious because like, my art, what I'm seeing and what I'm doing is something that people are interested in and can relate to. You know what I mean? So it was then because like I said, I grew up in the church. You know what I mean? And I was even a church choir director for the youth. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
So that's what I'm saying. I have gospel background. I guess every gangster does. That's weird. They just I think that's where music comes from because it's within the soul.
No,
And
I
so
agree.
from there, that's what I'm saying. Before what I was talking about, I started singing and all that. My mom, she would help me with my poetry, and that's where like it kind of where I could see that. Oh man, if I could touch people with these words, you know what I mean? And because you could see the sparkle in their eye, they'd be like, "Oh, you wrote that? Yeah. Why can't I? You know what I mean?"
I think that's a big compliment when you do something and then people are like, "Oh wow, you did that," and then it shocks them, right? Because then they don't realize like this guy's got skills, more skills than what you realize. So I think that's a big compliment when you can shock people like that.
Yeah, most definitely, because it also it boosts you up as an artist as well. Because it's like, all right, I gotta top that. If I did that and I made them react like that, I want to see what else I could do. And that's how you just that's how I've pursued it. And all my music, if you listen to it, it's not like I'm shaking ass, whatever, titties in my face, whatever and shit. No, man, I'm talking about real shit.
How's it go? How's it go?
Yeah, boy. Heck yeah. Everybody, shh. No. But no, that's what I'm saying is, I talk about real stuff because, in the end of the day, us as artists, we got to be held accountable for what we put out. We can't just be putting out dumb shit because then you will be held responsible. Say someone hears my music.
That's what happens when you're outside. You gotta take it in.
Yeah, no, I take that in.
I
Hey,
like
he had
it.
his phone out. You see he had his phone out?
I know he's recording. He's like, these guys, I like it. Later on, we'll see it on TikTok.
Yeah, viral, Yakima. Heck yeah, hey, shout out to Yakima, man. Thanks for letting me come out here and be able to do this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm from Wapato, and I'm always repping WAPS, Exit 44, you know what I'm saying? So
I like the Exit 44. I tell you, man, when I was first hearing you, like, because Swift brought you on to me, and I was kind of like, but then once I started getting to know you and then started hearing, and then I was like, I was like, man, this guy actually has skills, because I will say this, you know how you said when people would tell you like, you did that, for me that's what it was. So you impressed me, man.
Oh man, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, it was a big thing because I don't want to say I'm a hard individual to impress, but I'm very crucial about certain things.
You're very particular.
Like, yeah, and I was like, man, this guy's got some skills.
Thanks, I appreciate that, man.
So then I was like, we were talking back and forth because we in a little group chat. We out here just bullshitting.
Yeah.
And
oh man, if anybody could get in there hacking
no,
there, man, I'm
no,
sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah. So you better not, man. It's already cryptoed and everything to be able to be, Homeland Security. You can't get in.
It's already. If someone needs to get in my phone, that shit will explode.
Hey, same, bro. Shit, it'll disintegrate right in their hands. Acid. You don't even have no more fingers.
Nope. They'll be like, nope.
Yeah.
You'll just hear either Price Solo, Gorilla J, or Swift Holiday music, and that's it.
That's it.
They say it'll put you on hold.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. The commission is not answering.
No, but I did like the fact that you were like, let me come on, and I've always, like I said, everything I've done, and I'm still like the next following podcast I'm gonna do. I got Robert Munoz is gonna come on next with the '66 Impala,
Nice.
And then I got Casper Rangel, and I think he's related to the John individual that you were talking about with the 70 Monty as well.
Oh, okay, Rodriguez.
And yeah, so they're related. So he's gonna come on as well, and then we're just gonna kind of run with it.
Okay.
But then I was like, you know what? And Price kind of gave me that idea was, because I've seen some of your videos, you do lowriders, and I'm like, okay, well, they kind of go hand in hand, so why not get the background?
Yeah.
Right? So the other key point, too, is when people listen to your music as well, they're going to be like, all right, I get it now. Right? Because sometimes people listen, and then they're like,
they don't understand.
They don't get it. But then once they know the background, then it's like, it's like you got, like the game, right? You hear his music, and you're kind of like, okay, I get it. He's from Compton. He's from here, Eazy-E, NWA, right?
Right.
So sometimes you just need to get the backstory, and then to be moving forward, then you understand, like, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Or when you do the music where you do different, like what do they call analogies or metaphors?
Metaphors and analogies. Yeah.
And then it's like, when you spit it, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
I know exactly where he's going.
Yeah, or I was there. I know what he's talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, and that's kind of what I try to shoot for, because like I said, anybody that knows me, I grew up. I'm I don't want to say an ex-gangster because you're always going to be a gangster no matter what, unless you do some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Then you're exed out, and that guy's garbage. Thank God that my name still has. You can hold my name up. You know what I mean? Anybody ask about me or anything like that, hopefully they say good things, and they're saying bad things. Hopefully the motherfucker checks them. You know what I mean?
I will say this: you can cook.
That's another thing. I can cook because I'm gonna tell you a good story. Is that growing up, we're from the hood. My mom's a single mother. You know what I mean? And one thing that she instilled in us is that, yeah, you're a guy. Yeah, you could go fuck and make babies and this and that. But if that girl's gonna go do the same thing and leave you with the kids, you better know how to cook because they can't be on McDonald's and all that shit. So my mom I'd always be in the kitchen because she ain't got no daughters. Yeah. It's all of I got 4 brothers. May my other brother rest in peace, but there's 3 of us still now. And we all know how to cook, and that was a thing. And my stepdad at the time, before he bounced out, he showed me and my other brother.
Well, who's this? Hold on, sorry. We got, this guy?
Hey, I know this guy right here.
Oh,
man. Oh, it's Mr. Holiday.
It's the Gorilla Gobbler.
Oh, shit.
Hey, let me turn this camera on so we can catch this guy here on the camera as well.
What up? What up?
It's the real Suge Noche right there.
Suge Noche.
Hell yeah.
What's going on, Swift?
Shit, not, man. Just packing up for the script, man, and then finding out ways to record without me bringing like all my shit. So
all your stuff. Let's see. Let me flip this over real quick.
Where you going?
To Mexico, man. Going back to my country.
Hell yeah, bro. Trump told you or what?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He said, once you're brown, you can't stick around.
All right.
Oh, man.
Shit. He goes, because you're not James Brown. That's why. Yeah, James Brown, bro. You get down. Hell yeah.
He said, that's the only brown that can stay around.
Well, get up off of that thing. Woo.
Hey, I got a question, Swift.
Yes, sir.
Because after a couple more questions, then we're going to call it good because we got the sun chasing us right here and it's starting to burn me up.
Yeah.
So, music, man. So, Gorilla gave us his story on what music did for him, like when it all impacted him, and when did it impact you? When was your moment where you were like, this is what I was going to do?
Man, funny story. I want to say around like 11 or 12 is when I was trying to write. That's when I first was trying to write. And the cool thing I will say is, because like even though my mom was abusive, she always put me like in the basement with a bunch of encyclopedias. And so for me, like reading the encyclopedias, that's where I got a lot of my verbiage and like, how to pronunciate shit and shit like that. Like that's where I started learning how to, use my words. And then I would say around like 13, I was freestyling to this one cat, and I was just, and the thing is like, I forgot what the fuck I was listening to, but I had like one headphone here and I had the other one half here, and I'm just like sitting there freestyling, and this dude just like walks up by me, and he's like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "What song is that?" And I was like, "That's me, man." He's like, "Damn, bro," he's like, "You're fucking filthy." Yeah. And I was like, "Okay," I was like, "Bet, man." And so I slowly started like, once I started getting good feedback, like, yo, man, like, you can spit, bro. Like, I was like, all right, cool, man. So then I started definitely taking it in. And then around, like, 17, 18 is when I really started taking it further just because I was in a radio broadcasting class. And Gorilla J, these wieners, Scott and Steve.
Oh, yeah, bro, I know them. Yeah, fucking
like,
hot dog
wait
water.
a minute. Can you specify, were they winners or wieners?
Wieners.
Okay.
Wieners.
Salchiches.
I just needed to know.
Yeah.
Big old hot dogs.
Big
Not in a good way. They're the Venus wieners. Or Venus.
Well, funny story is they're related to Selena.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Hey, so
Selena.
Anything for Selenas.
You related to Selena too, fool?
Yeah, bro. Shit. Half a whop to us. I thought you knew.
I thought it was. I thought it was topping.
No, I know that you're being for real, but I'm just saying everybody claims that they're fucking, related to Selena. And to correct that, bro, Selena was living in Wapato, but they moved to Toppenish.
Yeah,
Oh,
I actually saw the Netflix
Yeah,
documentary
yeah. So
well,
actually, we
twice.
got
I saw it
famous.
twice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So in all reality, she came from fucking Wops, bro. She was from Wops. Her family migrated right here and shit.
yeah.
And the dad
Abraham.
was well, I saw Yakima.
Mm.
I don't know. He was somewhere in Yakima in the documentary.
Well, they didn't give shout out to Wops. That's fucked up, bro. Because it's small.
It's okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we
Well,
got the best tacos, anyways.
you can give the shout out
Uh,
right now.
Hell yeah. No, I give shout outs to Wops all the time, bro. Shit, all day, every day. Exit
Hey,
44, bro.
that's one motherfucker. I will say that when they ask where he from, he says Wapato all day, bro.
All day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wapato, Washington, Northwest, to be
I,
exact.
I be catching this fool jumping off stage, just be like,
Oh,
Wapito!
hell no. We ain't going
He's
to
like
even.
Wapato gorillas.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. That's an inside joke, man. We can't let you in on that one. No, ain't no one jumping off no stage.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Break us down your story.
No. So yeah, 17, 18. That yeah. So them fools.
Those wieners.
Those wieners. Yeah. So I used to go to their house, and that's kind of how I learned how to slowly make beats. But the one that really taught me how to make beats was this cat named Nathaniel Wintershett.
Yeah, I know that
But
cat.
yeah. So he
From
was the one
the
that was,
Res Hogs.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
So
Res Hogs.
shout out to Red Sox for reals. And he was the one that kind of showed me how to use like the chord Triton. Like he was basically showing me like some of the ins and outs. But I will say, what really piqued my interest in the rap game, I would say was because that's just me right there. But then there was a moment that I won't forget, and I was around. I want to say it was 12 or 13 when Player Pimp was staying at Rick's house.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, and so there was this one time where my mom wasn't home. Like my mom wasn't home for shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. Usually she was home during this time, but then there was this one time where she didn't know that summer school was leaving early. So I went to the house, and then I was like, man, fuck this. I was like, I'm gonna go to Rick's. And so right when I'm like rocking over to Rick's, I see Player Pimp. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, hey, he's like, what's up, little fool? And I was like, what's up? And he's like, man, I'm about to go to the studio, man. And I was like, let me go with you because at that time I've never seen a studio. I've never been in one. I'm just a young ass fucking kid, like just still
Just
trying to
dreaming.
figure
Hey,
it
just
out.
dreaming about it like Biggie, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
It
Yes,
was
sir.
all a
And,
dream.
Yes, sir.
and so next thing you know, he's just like, man, he's like, I'm about to be there for like 3 hours. And I was like, perfect because my mom thinks summer school will end at that time, you know? And he was just like, you know, doing the, you know how that fool would do his head nod? Augustine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, just kind of just, being like that. And he's like, you better not tell your mom. And I was like, I ain't gonna tell my mom, bro. I was like, as long as you don't tell my mom. And
He's like, I ain't
he's
gonna
like,
tell nobody else.
yeah,
Right. Fuck
he's
it.
like, orale.
He
Okay,
said,
cool. So then next you know, so I hop in the, he had like this small ass car. I
I already
forgot.
know what it is. It was a Plymouth Horizon because I used to roll that shit back in the
oh, hell
day.
yeah. Shit.
Yeah, so I hop in that shit, and he's just like, fucking. I think it was a stick shift, wasn't it?
No, it looked like a stick shift, but it was down in the center.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
told them it was a super sport.
Yeah, man. So he because it was weird because he like let it roll because I remember he was just letting it roll, then he fucking turned it on and it turned on. So that's why I was wondering if it was stick shift, but it's probably just because. Yeah, but
Probably
anyways,
just fucking with you,
Transmission. The
bro. Shit.
transmission was slipping.
Oh, shit. What? Fuck.
that's what it was.
Yep.
And so we went to so the studio back then it was called
Was it off Yakima Ave?
it was off Yakima Ave. I think it was called Earhole Studios.
Mm.
Correct.
Yeah. So he takes me in there and then fucking right when we walk in there, bro, like I ain't never seen so many boards. Like I remember looking in like the Source and the Vibe magazine and seeing like the mixers, like the big ass fucking SSL boards. But walking into that bitch and seeing that, I was kind of like literally a kid in a candy store. I was like, what the fuck? I like this shit's fucking crazy. And he was just like, hey, bro, chill out, man. Sit on the couch. And I'm like, okay. And so like right when he would walk out of the studio room, I would fucking get up look at all the channels and shit, and I was just kind of like just blown away, like, yo, this is what they do, you know. And so Player Pimp goes into the booth, and he's trying to get it. They're trying to get everything set and rolling, and then I remember this shit too because the engineer was like, "Hey, he's not hearing me. Can you go let him know?" And then so fucking I go out the door and I go into the booth and I was like, "Hey man," and then he was like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here," and I was like, "The engineer can't hear you." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here," and so I just get out of there.
You got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I got the fuck out of there, went back in there.
Did you get the fuck out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I went back into the engineer room, and then the engineer just looked at me and he's just like, "You're good, man." And I was like, "Okay, cool." But he's like, "Now this fool can hear me," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And I think the song that they were recording was funny thing was it was the Northwest South West song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It was one of his first ones.
Yeah, so I think he was doing touch ups actually when I went in there.
Mastering it. Mixing
Yeah,
it.
well, no, because he went no, like he went to go re-record some shit.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, so he was just kind of like, he's like, sit back, smoking ramflas with the refill, like whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man,
You
I
just
think
killed that song right now.
He just killed us. He's like, I tried to freestyle it, but it went sideways.
Sheesh.
I went super sideways, man. But
like I'm high, but what the fuck?
fuck yeah. But nah, and so I just remember. So that's the song that I remember because that was the first one he pulled up. But then after that, like I don't remember. I remember he did like 2 or 3 songs, but the first one definitely was the Northwest. And the only reason why I remember that one was it's called Northwest East. No, North.
Yeah, I think
North,
that's what
South,
it is.
East, West, some shit like that.
Yeah, you got me on that, bro. I mean, we just heard it the other day, and that's some fucked up shit. I can't remember it.
No, it's like that.
It is like that, right?
It's not, yeah. It's calling the Northwest, Southeast, something like that.
Yeah. No, it's every hood, right?
It's on. You can only really find it on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's not on any of the other platforms.
I know, and it sucks because like I think you still got the original album, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I have it in a CD, and then I actually have
in a case of a case.
Yes, I have it in a safe. But I also have some cuts that never really hit the CD saved on my computer. I'll probably drop it randomly throughout this video. Now that you brought it up,
nice.
But it'll be cuts that bless you. Bless you. That was the cameraman.
Yep. The herbs going over there.
The herbs is itching the nose. Yeah, I'll probably drop it throughout there.
All I see is this belt, fool.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to see? Well, it's because the camera's catching you, man. That's why.
Oh, okay, then no, we're good though. I was just like, well,
you want to switch it to us? Because it switches the other way. It shows the camera recording you.
I ain't tripping.
You're asking too many questions right now. Man.
Hey, so Holiday,
up, man. Huh?
So how did we meet, man?
Yeah,
man.
Break that down real quick.
So with Gorilla J, man, there was a couple times because,
and then we'll get to how we finally linked up.
Yeah, because there was a couple times where you would drive over on Wasco Ave because that's where my sister and my brother-in-law stayed. And so this fool, I remember you pulling up in the ice cream truck with the little D's on it.
Oh shit!
You were a big worm.
Oh, for sure.
You were a big worm.
I was one of the worms.
He definitely was big worm, man. And then fucking,
because me and the homeboy Bear, he had some actual Dayton's on his.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I had the roasters. If everybody knows what roasters are, they're the training wheels.
The real ones.
Yeah.
You talking about the ones that lock up in the middle?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, those are original right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
So I had those on the ice cream truck. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I just saw somebody pull up, and I was like, "Are they gonna evict us right now?"
Shit. But now, but yeah, no, it was definitely. Shout out to the owner, yeah.
Well, no, because we're right here. We're right here at Finish Line Paddle Coating in Yakima.
Shout outs.
Yeah, shout out, man, because they let us record right here on the loading dock. These guys do a lot of paddle coating for the city, man. They really get down.
Shout out to Craig.
Solid place.
Nice.
Yeah.
But now with Jay, yeah, it was definitely like it'd be that because I remember it was the ice cream truck. And then there'd be a couple times where I'd run into this fool like on the res and shit, fucking like
over there at Stephen Contrell's house, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah,
in the
slanging, and
hood.
then
Horse
yep,
track hustlers. Shout out to them,
yep,
Dogwood Lane Ballers. Those hoods are not
yep.
there no more. That's the crazy part.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. The neighborhood's there, but them hoods, us hoods, we ain't there no more. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I used to go over there, I had the candy green 78
Yes.
Chevy Malibu.
Malibu. Yep.
Yup, and then Jay had the what year? I think it was a 70 or 71.
70
70.
Yeah, it
Monte
was a
Carlo.
70 Monte Carlo. It was white.
Yeah, I had painted it from maroon. I had painted it to white.
Yeah, white was it 13s?
Yeah, there's some 13 by sevens. Yep.
Did you
Yeah,
have black
yeah.
rally stripes on it?
No.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
Nah, his was just straight white.
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah. Goddamn. Rally
Yeah,
stripes.
yeah.
Hey, Chevelle.
Nah, nah, and it was kind of funny because every time me and this fool would like pull up, like it would just kind of be like, "What's up, man?" And he just like, "What's up?" And then you could tell, like, we both was on our hustle. Like, what you got going? Like, man, just trying to off this weed. Like, okay,
Yep.
yep, trying to off
Yep.
this over. And it was just that. You know what I'm saying? At that time, it was just
Trying to get
like
that extra
maybe
cash. Yep.
get the extra cash, but then also like trying to figure out what I'm doing in this hood and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was pretty much
And,
almost checking my nigga. Pretty much. Like,
yeah,
what you
yeah,
doing
Give
yeah.
here?
him some 411.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then when me and him really got to like chop it up was that football game.
Yeah. Right there at the Wapato High School, but before they tore the old high school down.
He did. I've actually heard him bring up that football game multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So basically what happened was what was it? Matthew Mateo
Sanchez.
Sanchez. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's weird because he used to say like he'd be like, "My name is Matthew Mateo, bro."
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
But that's
let's leave the last names out of it for
Oh.
confidential.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
okay. Well, we'll just roll with Matthew Mateo because that's what that fool used to always tell me. But anyways, man, no. So what ended up happening was Matthew Mateo ended up hooking me up with this one girl. I forgot what her name was, but he was like,
Not
"Yeah, man,
irrelevant. Not important.
yeah, yeah,
Again, keep the names
yeah,
out.
yeah." Well, I mean, I don't remember her name
Yeah.
anyways. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, "Yo,
Good
and so
save.
me and homegirl were chopping it up, and then she's like, "Hey, I'm about to be at this football game," and I was like, "All right, cool, man." I was like, I'll pull up." And the cool thing was, my sister lived literally right down the street from the fucking football field.
Do you
So
remember
I
what street
remember
that was, possibly?
Wasco.
Oh, yep, yep.
Wasco.
Oh, yeah, you just said that. Duh. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm high.
No, you're good, boo. And so I remember I remember pulling up. I remember pulling up with the Malibu because I just freshly cleaned it out, and then I put these green neon lights in there that I got from what the fuck's that place called Spencer's? Remember
Hey,
with
because Fast and the
the
Furious had come out with their shit just recently, too, right?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
around that time. So I remember I parked it at the house at my sister's house. Walked in, hugged my nieces and nephews and shit, and I forgot who was babysitting, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna leave my car right here in the front. If I come through, blah blah blah, what's up, And she was like, oh, it's cool. I know who you are. So I was like, all right. So I end up walking, and then I get to the field, and then I see I'm just trying to look, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just chilling, just like, all right. And at that time, fuck, I think it was the pagers is what we had. I didn't have a cell phone at the
Yep.
time.
I had a purple one. Purple one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beepers.
Beepers.
And
Yep,
so
that's what
and
that's
so I
called.
was
Sorry for the people that are following and don't understand. Pagers
yeah,
are
Beepers. Only doctors
yeah,
use them now.
Yep.
for reals.
So you were a certified doctor.
I was a street certified pharmacist.
Yeah, man. I worked at Walgreens part time,
Hell
so
yeah, bro. Shit, yeah.
Back then it was Rite Aid, fool.
Fuck yeah.
right, it was right
No, I was
there.
the Red Cross. That's what it was.
Oh shit.
No, so I ended up walking, and then I'm just kind of chilling, and then I remember Gorilla J was wearing like a what the fuck is that serape?
Oh, you want to
The
set up it with?
Yeah, bro, because it was kind of chilly because it's a football game, So it's kind of like what's that in September, right? Like around there.
I think it was. Yeah, it was like early, like September, October, I think, somewhere
Yeah.
around there,
So it's
because it
kind of
was kind
cold,
of
you know.
yeah.
And I mean, I was a big guy then too, bro. Because right now I'm at two. I was telling my nephew 220, 25. I used to be at 420 pounds. You know what I mean? 425 around there.
Good job,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's taken me about 18 years to keep it off and take it off, but been doing it slowly and healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but at that time, that's why, because Nigga couldn't get a jacket really, so I had to put on a fucking poncho. I said, I'll
Oh
pay.
shit.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because
big, big
I
50.
remember you were kicking it with like two people with you.
Yeah, fuck, bro. I wish I could remember who they were. I don't. I think they were females, if not. Oh no, no,
It was
no.
a female and a dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a female and a dude and shit. I almost had their
Good.
names, but like I said, we'll just keep it confidential for, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
safe.
No, and I remember I walked up and I was looking around, and you kind of like looked at me and you said something smart,
Yeah,
and I
like
looked at you and then I said something smart right back to you, and then you started laughing. You're like, oh,
I was
you're
like,
like,
yeah, it
yo,
was like pretty much. I was trying to punk you, bro, because I was like, what the fuck you doing over here at the fucking football game? You know, this is pretty much Wapto's mind and shit. That's pretty much what that was.
He's like,
And you
this big
reply,
worm right here is territory.
hell yeah, bro. I was like, you didn't buy no ice creams off me. What the fuck you doing here?
Hey, I guarantee you that food buy no fucking ice cream off you, bro.
Oh,
Hell no,
bro. Shit.
Hell no.
no,
Nope.
man, hey, that fool used to have the Choco Tacos, bro.
Hey, yo, fuck yeah, bro.
Shit.
That's the
Yeah, hell
shit
yeah,
right
about
there.
some. Yeah, that's hell yeah about that shit. I was
Oh,
like, this
so,
one with the
yeah, bro,
Choco
that's valid.
Tacos.
He knows.
He knows. He
That's
knows.
valid.
I
right
got
there.
this shit.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep. But no, man,
But
as soon
no.
as we started, he, like I said some dumb shit to each other, and then all of a sudden I just saw that he could handle it in the sense that this nigga ain't gonna back down. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
well, what the fuck's up there, pretty much. So, and I like that. That's how I kind of befriend people. Not today, because a nigga shoot you today. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
you know, back then, you know, we was all about the hands. You know what I mean? So, and I'm still like that. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't think I won't shoot you, because I will.
He
Yeah,
walks
man.
around with a bulletproof vest
Yep.
and a flat grill.
Yep. No doubt.
no, no, but check this out.
He said,
Check this
"Fat
out.
girl, she takes the bullets." No, just
So,
big old torta.
Like Clint Eastwood.
Hell yeah, bro.
no, but no, check this out. So,
Go ahead, go
so,
ahead.
so, so me and this fool, we're like talking shit, and then we're just joking around.
Because he's supposed to meet
And
there with the girl, bro, on some real shit
yeah,
too.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so what ended up happening was, so me and this fool, we're just joking around, and then we noticed that, like, it was the two people laughing, and then next, from two people it went to like
It was
eight
contagious.
people. Yeah, bro. And then next, like, me and this fool turned around, and there was a whole crowd around us fucking laughing. And I was like, oh shit.
And they were just feeding
And
in on the energies that we were just giving out. You know what I mean?
That's
And
good.
yeah, bro, you would think that we had like the football team had like their own fucking not their cheerleaders, but their own fucking hype men and fucking
yeah,
sideshow going on over here. You know what I mean? For the Wapato team, and that's how me and this guy were
yeah,
going back and forth because they even came to us to be able to tell us to kind of like keep it down a little bit because they're trying to keep scoring, keep focused on the game that was going on.
yeah,
And we were
yeah.
taking the focus off the players supposedly, but a nigga give a fuck. You know what? We still kept doing us.
Yeah, and what's funny too is I remember Matthew came up and he's like, "Hey, bro," he's like, "This is the girl right here," and I looked at her and I was just like, "Okay, cool, bro." I was like, "One sec," and I still was like chopping it up with this fool, and like we still like
We still
I
chopped it up.
forgot.
Yeah, because at
Yeah,
the
and
end, bro, Swift looked around. Be real, Swift. Swift looked around. He said, "Man, fuck up that pussy. I see all kinds of pussy right here. Fuck that shit."
yeah,
Yeah. You know, that's what it
man,
was, bro.
bro.
Some real shit.
It was because the next night I was like, damn, I was like, man, we was attracting a lot, and I was like, okay, I was like, well, I was like, you can go home, you lost.
Yeah.
I was like,
No doubt.
shit,
And then from there, I mean, me and Holiday, we miss each other here and there, whatever. But eventually, as things got, and I got older and shit, I got locked up. And when I had gotten out, it was back in what year was that, bro? It was like fucking what, 2011, 2000.
yeah, I would say like 11 because Zion was freshly born,
Yeah, he
like
was,
20.
and we had this incident to where I was getting back into like recording and all that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to do my own thing and try. And I purchased the mic off of Swift.
Yeah,
This nigga sent it to me and shit. And when the package gets to me, all it is just the fucking the pouch that held the mic.
yeah,
I called this nigga. I go, nigga,
He
you did
hustled
that?"
you.
No, that's what I thought.
He said, "Remember that day at the football game,
Right, Swift?
sucker."
Yeah, right. He's like, yeah, you make fun of me at the football game, nigga. Shit.
I don't
Yeah.
forget. I don't
He
forget.
goes, yeah, fucking years later. Wah, wah, wah.
What's
Yeah.
this?
I was like, damn, got me. And no, I hit up my nigga, and it wasn't like, hey, motherfucker. It was like, hey, bro, shit, if you really needed the cash, bro, because Zion needed some like diapers or something, right? Or some
yeah, I
formula.
think so. Yeah.
I go, you could have asked me, bro. I would have gave you the money, nigga. You didn't have to jack me. That's what I thought. He's like, what? And your baby's mama was there at the time, and fuck yeah, I guess because I went to the post office. They were like, fuck, we don't know what to tell you. And he went to the post office and same thing. We just got yanked in the between. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
It was back when they were jacking packages before it got real.
yeah, no,
it,
that's
it
real shit.
was, it was, it
Yeah,
was, and the thing that sucks, because to some other motherfuckers, they be like, oh yeah, because you know me, bro. Like when I sell shit, like I sell shit to people I know. So if I ever want it back, I
yeah,
can just buy it back, type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And in that situation, like I ain't gonna lie, like I wasn't like I was mad that you didn't get the package, but then also too I was mad because I was like, damn, bro, like I recorded so many projects on that fucking
That's
mic.
that's the part right there. The investment that you had
You
invested
know,
into it, the time.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
like to me, that's what fucked me up the most was I was like, damn, bro, like that mic was with me through thick and thin, and I was gonna pass it on to my nigga so he can like do his thing because it was just a simple ass mic, you know.
Yeah.
And I
But
was
it
just
was the
kind of
world
like,
to me at that time. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah, you
yeah,
just
bro.
starting up. You
Yep.
just starting out, so stuff like that is very crucial.
Yeah, and it did because it kind of just dented me for a minute. But then it made our relationship a little bit fucking stronger because I was able to call him and not be because I knew at the time it's all business professional at the same time. This is my boy, my friend, but at the same time it's like, hey, if something happened
Yeah,
because this is my boy at the same time, I got to
Yeah,
hear him out. I'm not gonna jump the gun and be like, what's up, motherfucker? To like some other
yeah,
guy off the street that I would, and just beat the living shit out of him and that's it. Forget about it. I lost it, but at least I beat the
forget
shit out of him.
about it.
Yeah, so that's the thing is that, and then with Holiday, and I was at that time, I was just, just giving, I was like, fuck, bro, because I remember I had given him a call one time. I go, fuck, bro, if I get some love, bro, shit, at least, give me a beat or something. Because at that time, I mean, we were fucking with each other, but really weren't fucking with each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck, bro? Just, well, send me something if you're serious. And some time went by because then I ended up going back to jail and doing some dumb shit. And, I got back on it. And at that time, that's what I was talking about earlier, that I was like really doing shows and shit. And I was with this other group called them Gorilla Boys, DGB,
Oh
and
yeah.
at that time, not gonna mention no names, but one of the members was trying to get free shit from Swift, and I was not gonna let that shit happen. You know what I mean?
Mm,
He kept saying,
Yeah.
"Fuck that! I know Swift, this and that," and Swift knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? But
I know, yeah.
and that's part of the reason why the group fell apart. You know what I mean? This person also said that I would never make it without him. And that was kind of like the fire that was lit under my ass.
sometimes you
Yeah, I
need
know.
that just to
You
get
know
it
what I mean?
pushing, man.
And I told Swift, and right away I fucking sent him some cash. I go, hey, bro, here's some cash, bro. Go check out your Walmart, whatever. What was that? The Walmart what?
It was the Walmart fucking it's kind of like Western Union, but it's Walmart to Walmart.
Yeah. And shit, my nigga needed it at that time, and there was my first album, Gorilla J Moods, Volume 1.
Is that the one we just played? That one song,
Yes, sir. Just
dude.
me.
That song right there. I'm telling you, with that, was it Eric Matthews? That one, that shit's fire.
Yeah, what's the backstory on
Yeah,
that, Swift,
That
with
shit's
Eric
fire.
Matthews? Because that shit sat for a while, and then you just told
it
me to fuck with
did.
it. That was my first project. And he told me, he goes, hey, see what you can do with it. I was
I
like,
mean, dude,
all right.
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So that track, man, I was sitting on that track for shit, bro, because I recorded that when I lived in Puyallup. And the thing with Eric Matthews, man, he's a good dude. He's a good singer, but he's not consistent, and that's the thing
Ah,
that fucking sucks because he's so talented. I actually was trying to get him on the Crushing song with Swisher Sleep,
yeah.
but you know
But
what I'm
let's get it
saying?
correct. Eric Matthews, not from Boy Meets World, right?
Yeah, exactly,
All right.
exactly.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But no,
Topanga,
Topanga. Oh,
Topanga.
hey, that was my
yeah,
motherfucking bitch crush right there, mother. Oh, bro, them lips. She's still beautiful. You all fucking go check her
shit,
out.
man.
Yep.
But but no, I sat on that track for years, bro. And then when and the thing was is so when we were talking about the Moods album, it was supposed to be like a big album, right?
Yeah, like 20
But
some
then
songs, right?
something like that. But then I started noticing that there were the songs that we were recording were not gonna flow with the album. And so I was just like, bro, I was like, look, I was like, instead of doing one big ass album, I was like, why don't we just do it in volumes? And he was like, "What you mean?" I was like, "Make it 4 volumes, bro. Like the Moods Volume 1 is gonna be like, sensual for the ladies. Volume 2 is gonna be aggressive. Which, if you listen to like Volume 1 and Volume 2, there's different energy, and that's the thing that I was noticing was the album was getting different energy. And so if you're gonna be consistent, like it has, I mean, there has to be different energy, but there has to be a consistent flow with it. And at that time, I was like, it's not flowing, man. And so the first 2 songs, I think it was like Weed Therapy, and then because I think Weed Therapy was the first song that was
Yeah,
recorded for the album, and then
it was.
from there I was kind of like, man, I was like, I need to find something, you know what I'm saying, something that's gonna vibe with what this was kind of creating. And so that's when I found the Just Me beat. And I was like, hey bro, I was like, I've been sitting on this track, man, enjoy that shit, man. And so I sent it over to him.
Right.
And then I think within like 2, 3 days later, you were like, yo, Swift, tell me what you think. And then I fucking was listening to it and I was like, damn, I was like, this shit got some emotion to it. I was like, yeah,
Right.
that's it right there, bro.
Hell yeah.
And then and then I think so just me so the song "Just Me" opened the doors for everything else because I remember AB sent me the sample for "Breakup,"
Right.
and so I was sitting there and I made the beat and I was just sitting there just kind of like, man, me and AB were listening to it and I was like, I can't come up with nothing with it, and then AB was like, man, I can't come up with nothing either, and he's like, honestly, bro, he's like. What's that Gorilla J shit sounding like? And so I started showing him like the first two songs, and he's just like,
Shout out to
yeah,
AB.
yeah, he's like, yeah, give that nigga that song right there. So I ended up giving it to Gorilla J, and then Gorilla J made a slap out of it, man. I was like, damn, bro. I was like,
Thank you. I
okay,
appreciate that. Yep.
yeah. And then after that, that's when Dreaming came.
Yep.
Fucking,
Dreaming. That's
Yep.
actually a good cut.
That's one of your favorites as well, right?
I do like that
yeah,
one.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah, yeah,
And
man.
like my nigga, he told me just to step out, and like I was mentioning earlier, I've always been a creative writer. I've always been a poet, and all that. So I actually, like if you've heard like NWA and Ice Cube, when they speak, they say that we are like reporters. We see everything, and then we put it into our vocab, and we put it into the lyrics, to where people could feel it and understand it, and make sure that they could visualize it as well too, because that's the main purpose. Is that if a person could visualize, your lyrics, then you're doing something right, because you're just one step away from making a movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
Writing a script. So I've always challenged myself, and if any advice that I could give anybody is just continue to challenge yourself, because if you don't, then you're just going to stay stuck, and that song that you think that's going to be cool is going to end up being not cool in the moment. You got to continue to evolve and
Yup,
move forward, because you are going to get tested. You are going to have setbacks, because I've had that plenty of times to where I didn't get paid for shows. You know what I mean?
yup.
To where I get left out in the fucking boonies and shit at a hotel. You know what I mean? So I've had my falling shorts. But at the same time, I wouldn't give it up for anything, because that's what actually builds up an artist. You know what I mean? Because all these you gotta there's some people that do, if you sell your soul. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can make it overnight, but you're gonna crash out quick too. You know what I mean? You gotta actually. This is what I've been told, is if you put more than 600 hours into this, this is now a profession. It's not a hobby. You know what I mean? So this is a profession, and I take it very seriously, and I always have. I see all these other artists, and like my nephew, Price. I love what he's doing, because I mean, it's different. And at the same time, I see all these other artists around here. I'm not clowning on them or whacking on them. It's just that they got to have more content. They got to have more of a visual of what they're trying to put out, because anybody could put guns up, anybody could be a gangster, anything there like that, but in the end day, you're not really living that lifestyle. And some are.
Hey,
Go ahead.
one thing, my bad, not to cut you off,
No,
but
you're not.
what?
But you
No,
did.
no,
But don't do it again.
no, no.
But you
One thing
did.
I will say is I am proud of my nephew, man. From seeing his growth and seeing him just kind of
Bryce
evolve
Solo.
Yeah, Price Solo.
evolve to what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the coolest thing because back when I was trying to do it, man, I had no accessibility to nothing. There was no internet. Like there was none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was my main reason of moving out of Yakima to come on this side because of the accessibility to like the guitar centers, accessibility to like the artistry,
Excuse me.
all that shit.
Coffee.
It was more it was more evolved, and in Eugene, Oregon too. That was a big ass stepping stone for me too as well because they were looking for a scene out there. When it comes down to music, like they had like it was weird, man, because I don't think it's there anymore. But when I was there, they were like whoever was hot, they were trying to put them on a pedestal
Got you.
out in Eugene, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, we need to see, you're the guy. Okay, cool. And I remember my first CD. It was called the Holiday Project. It was a compilation that I made, and me and this other white guy that we used to do stuff
White
with.
guy, huh?
we we were in Eugene, Oregon. Like we were in Springfield and in Eugene, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Like that shit felt cool to have somebody on speed dial that'd be like, hey man, I need you to press fucking 100 CDs. Okay, cool. I'll be there to pick them up. And I remember fucking that was probably the first like CD that I sold like 500 out the trunk.
See,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
And see,
You know what
people
I'm
don't
saying?
they don't do that no more, bro. They don't. All that right there, that's called the footstepping and trying to put everything, hustle, all that shit. A lot of us artists, we've done that, and they don't do that today because it's more accessible because it's on the internet. But that right there, that shows how much you took pride in what you're doing. You know what I mean, and how much you
Yeah.
believed in yourself. And
Oh
that's
yeah, bro.
that's the thing is that a lot of people don't believe in themselves. You know what I mean? They think that they're gonna make it right away off of one song.
And that that's the thing that you guys got to see, right? Overall, over time, you guys are knocking things out. The only difference is like Swift is saying, right? There's social media now. There's content, right? There's you get your own crew, you get your own team,
Yeah, and at,
right?
at times that your crew does gonna let you down. That's what I'm saying. You always gotta have a plan. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You can't
Yeah.
always depend on that one person.
Yeah.
And if you're able to mix and master and do all the things that you know how to do, man, I suggest that you learn. And if you don't, I mean, you're gonna get tickets. You know what I mean? That's some real shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna get set on the backboard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
back
So,
burner.
back,
Well, and that's one of the reasons, believe it or not. I mean, now, and I also gotta give shout outs, right, to not just myself, but like the family, right? Price is one of the reasons I started stepping up, doing all the video editing and all that extra stuff, right? And then Swift as well. Swift was like, "Oh, you're editing, videos. You should try to do this, try to do that."
well, you did my video,
Yeah,
Desperado.
yeah,
If
yeah.
y'all need to check that out, Desperado. It's on his
Yeah.
channel and also on Talent to Equity, the record label that we represent and that we do right
Yeah.
there. So you'll be able to see that. And my man Sneaks right here with Price, they also directed uh, the Desperado. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's time to become that team, man.
yeah, and that's what I was gonna get at is that coming back from everything that we've gone through, we don't now I believe that we've created the team that's supposed to be the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
before
yeah,
that,
100.
yeah, it was hard, because there's a lot of people out here that, like I said, I ain't gonna mention no names, but they will not help another artist out. They only focused on one. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
it's always like that.
yeah, and I'm grateful for the nephew because you know what I mean. Price is knocking down the doors, to be able to be, hey, you know what? There's other rappers out here too. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
just that singing person or that rapping person, just that one person. You know what I mean?
I think that's a real big key right there, right? Instead of like, okay, this is the guy, this is all we're doing. No, if this individual opens a door, then you're opening that door for other people as well,
Yeah,
right? So
that's the plan,
it's
but
exactly. So
everybody
it's got to
forgets that.
be give it back and forth, right?
Right.
It's not just take. It's more of like, okay, this guy showed me this, I'm gonna do this.
And that's kind of what it's been here in Yakima, to be honest. I'm gonna be real. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of take, and not a lot of give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only fake focusing on one person. And shout out to 997. But I would appreciate it if they would give a chance to other artists, not just focus on one.
I
You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree that what's the term they call it, gatekeeper.
Yeah, let's
You
be
know,
Yeah.
honest.
not dropping no names, but
You gatekeeping, bro.
Them-
that individual's a gatekeeper. That's all I gotta say because magically,
hey, Jay.
Yo,
Hey, remember that time when I told you to I was like, yo man, hit that fool and see how much it would cost, bro. And he was kind of like, it don't cost, but you was like, no, there's a cost, bro. Like,
oh,
yeah,
he faking
like,
the funk.
yeah, bro. There's a price on everything. You know
He
what I mean?
faking the funk.
That's what I was asking. I was like, hey, I'll pay what I need to pay just to get some radio play. What's up?
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
he,
mean?
you know what I'm saying. And the thing was is I think that the thing was is like, um, I was kind of telling myself I was like, yo man, I was like, we're gonna start off like. We're gonna start off high, man. I was like, yo, we'll start off with 100, and if it comes down where he's like, nah, bro, like I'll say like the highest, just to get our foot in the door, man. I was like, yo, like
Yep.
let's at least like hit him with 500 just in case. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
then Yeah, because at that time I was like, bro, I was ready to fucking just cash out and be like, yo, like we need one of our songs in that fucking radio station.
Yeah. You know what I
It,
mean?
it
And I had to
only
go
takes
outside
one.
of Yakima. You know what I mean? I made it on the radio station in California. Shout out to Jennifer Robbins. You know what I mean? She executive producer out that way at the radio station, you know, and I'll get you on there, Price.
That's you know what's crazy is your own hometown should be showing you love, and it don't work that way,
Yeah.
right? Because like, look, you have to go out of town. Swift had to go out of town.
Yep.
Price has to go out of town.
Yep.
Why is that? If you're talking about
And I'm not gonna get biblical on you,
no, 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 but
but
I'm just
Jesus
saying,
Christ,
like,
he had to leave his family, bro. He had to leave his family and go out there because his own family didn't even believe in him and
see what
trust
I'm
him.
saying?
So he had to go out there and get what he needed to get, and
So
that's kind of, you know, I'm not trying, like I said, I'm not trying to be all biblical, but I kind of see myself as like that. You know, we have to go outside of our family. You know what I mean?
and
Yeah,
it's more of like it being a hypocrite is what it boils down to.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and
That's straight up.
the thing is too, man, is when you're in the same like Yakima, for example, you know what I'm saying? When people see you and then they see you elevate, like nobody wants to see you elevate. Everybody just wants to see you in the same pit. And that's that's one thing I will say what made me want to leave Yakima was because people weren't seeing the potential at the time. You know what I'm saying? When people don't see your potential, it's either you either can conform and be the dumbass that they think you are, or get the fuck up out of there and become the person that you truly want to be. You know what
Straight up,
I'm saying?
straight up. That's true right there. That's real spit.
And
Cause
I agree with that.
yeah, 100. Because
You
you
know,
got it. Because if you,
yeah,
like you
because
said, the first thing, bro, if you stay and let them think the dumbass that you are, then you are the dumbass that they think you are. You know what I mean? On some real shit.
yeah,
Fuck,
no,
forget about it.
yeah,
Forget
no, no,
about it.
Ah,
no,
yeah,
for sure. Because back then, like I used to always try to like, man, like when it came down to like slanging weed, when it came down to the music, when it just came down to anything,
yeah.
man,
We'll
I
just keep it at
always,
weed. That's all we slang.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I always had somebody fuck up my plays, man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that used to piss me off was because I had this one cat and like I mean it was weed, but anyways,
Yeah.
what ended up happening was I had this plug who had
Ganja.
he had some it
Motherly,
was basically like it was basically like chronic at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some high end weed,
right?
and he was like, "Yo, bro," he's like, "If you could help me get this ounce off." He's like, I hope you get, you know, I hope you get more supplies. And I was like, ooh, I was like, that's a fucking plug, man.
Right?
And so this one cat, he was in a neighborhood that I wasn't in, but I was like, hey, bro, I was like, check this out. I was like, here's a O right here. I was like, if you can flip this, bro, I was like, we'll split it, and then what will end up happening is I'll try to get more product to where you're pushing on this area, and I'll be pushing in my area. And he was like, okay, cool, cool, bro. And then fucking
Hey,
like,
shout out to the brother. I know who he is. Yup.
and then I'll say after like 2 3 hours later, this fool calls me and he's like, "Yo, man," he's like, "I just got pulled over and the police took the weed, bro." And you know, he's like, and they let me go home, and I'm just kind of like, huh? And I'm just like, this. I was like, this ain't making sense to me, bro. I was like, how did you go
Oh.
home?
Womp,
And
womp,
Where's
womp.
it?
and,
Where's
and,
it?
and, and then yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you have gas money? That's the other question.
You know, and the thing to me was, this was like back in the early 2000s, bro. So I'm like, you're not walking away from an ounce if a cop found it.
Oh no.
Back,
No, no, that you be rolled up
Yeah. See you later, buddy.
yeah,
easy.
Easy. Yeah.
and so next thing I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm like, fuck, bro, because I was like, this would have been the outlet. You know what I'm saying?
That was a come
And
up.
so
Yep.
yeah, and so I had to tell the dude. I was like, yo, bro, I was like, my guy got hit by the police, bro. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, man. He's just like,
I don't want to hear that,
yeah.
bro. Fuck you. Pay
Yeah,
me.
Pay the
no,
piper.
he was,
Yeah.
no, he was actually cool. He's like, no, man, don't worry about it, bro. He's like, you're good, man. He's like, yeah.
Oh,
And then after
he
that,
wasn't
like,
Uncle Paulie and you from Goodfellas? Like, fuck you, pay me. No?
Pay
yeah,
me.
No, none of that?
nah. He was actually just kind of like, fuck, okay. He's like, all right, man.
Yeah, no,
And so
screw
he
that.
kind of he just kind of moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to me, I was just kind of like, damn, bro, like that right there. Like, I think that was like the final straw in Yakima was that situation where I was like, yo, bro, I was like, how can I try to set a motherfucker up, bro, to for success? I was like, and then this motherfucker ends up getting me for the O, and then sells the O. You know what I'm saying? Probably keeps the money. He's like,
Oh, of
I ain't
course, all
splitting
day,
with
bro.
this.
So he went
Oh,
and had
you
a
know he
fucking Big
did.
Miner
You know
burger,
damn
bro.
well he did. It's like
Yeah,
you give him a
go,
beat,
give
he
me
ran
two
with
of those
it.
Big Miner burgers. That's what he was saying. Shit.
Well, back then,
Yeah,
Yeah, goddamn.
you know what I'm saying? And then the thing is like
Shout out to
to
miners.
me, yeah.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
man, got stories of minors too,
majors.
but
Oh shit. Yo.
uh,
Hey, we ain't
but
gonna
no,
talk
no,
about that, bro. We ain't gonna talk about miners.
yeah, no, we're not. But
Yeah.
anyways, man,
Run
We
it.
are Eskimo brothers now, though. We just keep it like that.
yes, yes. But no, listen. So to
Linda,
me,
listen.
to me that kind of showed me how people at that time in Yakima were moving, where they were being more selfish. Like, no, bro, well, I'm about to get you, bro, and fucking sell this O, and then next, I'm just gonna wait and fucking, worry about the next come up. And it's like, damn, bro, like
But that's how
instead of
kind of
worrying
the
about
game
the
is right now, Swift. Still, bro, like
yeah,
with the music game. You know what I mean?
yeah,
What happened? All right,
All right, really quick,
just
man.
stop recording.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
All right.
All right, hey, man. So check this out, man. Camera's gonna heat up. We're gonna call it good. Sneaks View, Swift Holiday, Gorilla J. On to the next. Peace.
Yo.
peace.